Hey there YouTube, Estacado 5000 here, what's up? Here's another retro deck profile from the 2009 Shonen Jump Austin, Texas series. It's called Chaos, so here we go. We got one Dark Armed Dragon. You can special summon this card from your hand when you have exactly 3 dark attribute monsters in your graveyard. And when this card's on the field, you can banish one dark attribute monster from your graveyard to target one card on the field and destroy it. 2800 attack, 1000 defense. One of the best monsters in the game. Then you got 2 Chaos Sorcerer. You can special summon this monster from your hand by banishing one light or one dark attribute monster from your graveyard. While this monster's face up on the field, you can banish one face-up monster your opponent controls. And the turn you activate the effect, you can't declare an attack. Then you got 1 Gores and 1 Kaios the Shadow Monarch. Then you got 2 Armageddon Knights, which allows you to dump one dark attribute monster from your deck to the graveyard. So the main targets you would send with this card is either Necro Gardener or Plaguespreader Zombie. Then you got 2-Dimensional Alchemist. When this card's face up on the field, you can banish one card from the top of the deck, and this gains 500 until the end phase of the turn you use the effect. And when this card is destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one of your banished monsters back to your hand. So you can bring back Plaguespreader Zombie and stuff like that. There's a lot of options. Then you got 1 Mystic Tomato. Then you got 1 Gale the Whirlwind, 1 Plaguespreader Zombie. Then you got 1 Sanguine, which allows you to search for like an Armageddon Knight, Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind, Mystic Tomato, Card Trooper. There's a lot of options. Then you got 1 Card Trooper, which allows you to mill the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. And this gains 500 for each card milled by this effect. And when this is destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Then you got 3 Necro Gardeners. What this card does, when this is in the graveyard, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard to negate that attack. Then you got 3 Cyber Valleys, which is a good target for machine duplication. Then you got 2 Rykos, Lightsworn Hunter. Destroy 1 card on the field, and you mill the top 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard when it's flipped face up. Now for the spell cards, you got 2 Allure Darknesses. Draw 2 cards, banish 1 dark attribute monster from your hand. And if you don't have any dark attribute monsters in your hand when you activate this card, after you draw the 2 cards, you have to discard your entire hand. Then you got 2 Burial from the Different Dimension. Then you got 2 Gold Sarcophagus. You can select 1 card from your deck, banish it, and on your second standby phase, you can add that target to your hand. Then you got 1 DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation. By discarding 1 card on the field, you can target one of your banished monsters, and you can special summon it back onto the field. Then you got 1 Brain Control, 1 My Body's a Shield, and 1 Mind Control, Heavy Storm, and Mystical Space Typhoon to wrap up the spell cards. Now for the trap cards, you got 2 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Divine Wrath, and 1 Call the Haunted to wrap up the trap cards. Now for the extra deck, you got 1 Magical Android, 1 Goya Guardian, Gaia Knight, the Force of the Earth, Black-Winged Armed Wing, Blackwing Armor Master ×2. You got 2 of them, and 1 Blackwing Armed Wing. Basically, that's why Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind's in this build. Then you got 2 Arcanite Magician, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 2 Stardust Dragon, and 2 Colossal Fighters. So that's the build. Hope you all enjoy. More videos coming soon. Later, guys.